Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Jodi Dancers Talks. We're here again with our partner, Sandra from Black Country Mental Health. Hi Sandra.
Hi, both.
Hello.
Yeah, and I just wanted to get into it really because I think the last year has been quite exciting for your guys' journey really at Black Country Mental Health. And I wanted to start off by congratulating you all on winning the King's Award. So if you want to just tell everyone that doesn't know about it just yet, what the King's Award is and how you went on to win the thing.
Yeah, it's the King's Award for Voluntary Service, and it's the highest award an organisation can receive. It's equivalent to an MBE for an individual. So it's not so much, I mean, Black Country Mental Health have got the award, but it's actually everybody that's connected with us. So you guys, everybody who volunteers with us. Um, so it's everybody's award, really. It's not just one individual award. And we hadn't even thought about putting in for it, to be fair. Well, we don't really have time. But we were put forward, and then I think January 2024, the Deputy Lord Lieutenant came out and met some of the volunteers, met some of the trustees, um, met some of the people we support from, particularly from the trauma group, which was good. And he said he was very impressed, and he thought that we should get the award, but it wasn't up to him. I think it's up to the Home Office in the end. So we had to wait. We knew we wouldn't know until probably October, November. So to be honest, we just put it to the back of our mind. And then I had a letter in the October saying we'd got it, but I didn't tell anybody. I didn't even tell the trustees. So then I just arranged a photographer to come, and I just said to a few people, we're having a photograph taken. And then I told them. And then obviously it was announced on the King's birthday, which I think was November the 7th. And then, as you know, because you joined us in April, on April the 6th in Birmingham to receive the award. And in a way, it was good because we were the first organisation to go on the stage. So I think, it's always good to go first or last, isn't it?
Yeah.
Remembered a bit, I think.
Yeah.
Um, but no, it was a really good day. And as you know, our ambassador Dave Hill from Slade came with us, and Lenny's sister Kay came, and it was lovely that everybody joined in together. And it was great that you two were able to join us.
No,
It's
thank
always
you.
good when you two are able to be with us.
No, thank you for that. Yeah, we appreciate the invite. I think it was nice just to see like
Yeah.
how like broad and diverse Black Country Mental Health is as a group. Obviously, like we said, like mental health doesn't just affect a demographic, a certain group of people. It affects everyone. And I just wanted to say, like again, just well done on that. It was really
Yeah.
like it's a testament to the hard work. And I just wanted
Yeah.
to pick up a couple of things that were said at the King's Award. Obviously, you've won it due to the vast amount of good work that you've done in the community. I just wanted to touch on firstly, like obviously with schools and young people, especially, there's a lot of pressure on that side of things for mental health lately. How do you guys support with schools and CAMHS in that sort of respect?
Well, at the moment, we're in a CAMHS contract. So this is the second year where we're taking young people that have been on the CAMHS waiting list. So we're in a consortium with three other charities for that contract. Um, and that's quite intense at times because some of the children have been waiting a long while. And obviously, some of the parents are saying, well, it's too late now, we should have had the support before. I think the problem is, and this isn't particularly a criticism of CAMS or anybody, but under the programme, which is called Getting Help, we can only give 7 sessions. And
Mm.
7 sessions isn't really enough.
Mm.
Um, because it takes some time to engage with some children. So we do have a lot of contact with different schools. Um, because a lot of the children are finding it difficult to go into school, anxiety levels are high.
Mm.
Um, but from the work we're doing through that contract, we've decided to start some peer support groups for children and young people. So you both came to the AGM, and Harry was there, who's a year 8 pupil who I've been working with, not through the contract at all, but he was on my radio show and he's really keen to be involved. So we think that that's a way forward.
Yeah.
We've always been, well, not so much the last few years, probably my influence because of a youth work background, and I'm interested in youth from being a youth magistrate.
Yeah.
So we've turned around and we do a lot of work with young people now, which is really good. We still do a lot of work with adults as well, but it's across the board. And I think that's really important. So the Wellbeing Warriors program we deliver, we only deliver into primary schools. So year fives, fours and fives, because we think then they'll have an understanding of how to manage their emotions
Yeah.
for when they go to high school. Before COVID, we were working with high schools, but really it's a bit too late then.
Mm.
You know, there's all sorts of problems when they change from year 6 to year 7. It's
Yeah.
such a big jump for a lot of children and young people. Going to a big building with lots of people, you find it really difficult.
Yeah, like lots of change and yeah.
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
my question was like obviously dealing with the children, primary school children and adults, obviously is a different way of dealing with them. So how have you found like when you're trying to go to primary schools and explain to the kids, how have you found that and how have you found they've been receptive to it and understanding what you're saying?
I do think that a lot of the children are receptive, but I think some of these schools are more a tick box.
Mm,
It's something to add. Oh, we've done
yeah.
mental health, um, but we are working actually with a couple of high schools at the moment, um, where they want to promote more mental health. One of it's come through. One of the teachers is going to run the half marathon for us
Wow.
next year, and she's a teacher in a local school, and she said they want to do more, so we're going to be doing more with them. We've
Yeah.
been doing more with a program called First. I think it's called First Give, where year eights pick a charity and then they promote the charity to try and win £1,000 for the charity.
Mm.
So we're involved with that, going into the school, telling them about the charity and about mental health and how it affects everybody. As you know, it's people think mental health something different,
Mm,
but we've all got mental health.
Mm.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good. Just
mm,
depends what's going on in our lives, isn't it?
that's it.
Yeah, and I like the fact that when you're talking about the young boy, the year eight boy that came to the AGM, and I think that was nice because when you have AGMs, usually don't kids aren't really allowed them. We bought our little one as well, but like
Yeah.
yeah, but like I think it's important to listen to young
Yeah.
people rather than talk to them. So like when we like so when you get to secondary school, sometimes it's too late, and sometimes speaking from experience, like there's sort of especially with COVID, there's
Mm,
meant to be like certain milestones meant to be hit by certain ages. And all it's a societal thing, like emotions need to be managed by X and so on and
yeah.
so forth. And I think talking to children rather than listening to them is quite difficult. There's so much pressure on everyone in society
Yeah.
these days. So I just wanted to ask from your experience from before COVID to now, do you feel like young people are struggling more now with certain things or coping better with certain things?
No, sure. Young people some of them are really struggling since COVID. They've been stuck in the house, and what I'm finding is some of the relationships with the parents has suffered because of it. So, some have been in big families
Yeah.
and
Mm.
been not been able to leave the house at all. And, I think now the anxiety is shown, a lot of social anxiety.
Mm,
Yeah, and I think it's difficult as well. I think just bring it back to from like a maybe more of a like South Asian perspective as well. So like children struggle from parental pressure, but sometimes I feel like there needs to be conversation with parents as well to say
yeah.
like this is sort of you need to help manage a child's mental health as opposed to adding on the pressure
Yeah.
because they'll get that from peer groups, from mobile phones and our
Yeah.
social media, school. It's like
Yeah.
relentless. So, what advice would you give to parents, just generally across the board, in terms of supporting children with mental health?
You see, I think the problem is, and it doesn't really matter what the family looks like. If it's mom, dad, if it's just mom, or if it's dad, or it's two moms, or some are being brought up by grandparents.
Yeah.
It's about having that family connection, that emotional connection as well. And sometimes, I always say, do you eat together as a family? And to be honest, there's very few that do.
Mm.
And when I say, do you eat in your bedroom? Yeah, vast majority eat in their bedroom on their own.
Yeah.
So they don't come together even for a
Good.
meal.
Yeah.
And social media has just killed any sort of conversation in families,
Yeah.
and even with peers. It's really worrying, really, because some young people have got into real difficulty with things like Snapchat,
Yeah.
where people have posed as a young person and
Yeah.
turned out not to be a young person, and all of these obscene pictures that sometimes people are putting on.
Yeah.
It's really, really hard.
Yeah.
I think one of the girls I see, who was year 9, she said to me the other day, "I wish I'd been born before mobile phones."
Mm.
It's
It's
true.
a
It's
hard
just
time.
because like with mental health, we just assume. So like the word bullying existed
Yeah.
before mental health became a phrase, so to speak. Bullying affects mental health, and I think the idea of like giving a child a phone unsupervised. I think for technology is important, but I feel like lately there's been a shift where not unauthorized, sort of
Not
unlimited access,
monitored. Yeah.
unmonitored access to
Yeah, yeah.
technology has sort of impacted that. So do you feel like in terms of cases or workload that you're seeing, is it more to do with technology? Obviously, I know you mentioned Snapchat, but do you feel like more cases, young and sort of adults and elderly, do you think more is shifting towards technology?
I think that everybody has got obsessed with technology, to be honest. I don't know if I watch, as I'm in traffic, I watch parents taking children to school. Very few are paying attention to the child that are walking. Most of them have got the phone in the hand.
No, and then
That feeds.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
But then you said about bullying. The problem is that years ago, bullying was in the playground.
Mm.
Boys tended to have a bit of a ruckus, and the next day they were all right. Girls have always been a problem, friendship groups. They do get quite toxic. But now it follows them home because
Yeah.
of mobile phones.
Yeah.
So there's bullying going on the phone.
Mm.
yeah, and I
And
think
I think one of the soaps is doing something at the moment
No.
where people are sending messages on the phone to the girl.
No.
So it's that's real life. That's
Yeah.
what's happening all the while.
yeah, and I just wanted to sort of bring it back to like all the work you guys do. So you said like you've got the peer support group, which I think is good because I think face to face is important.
Oh, massively.
I think having obviously I know with COVID and after that, sometimes having like nurse drop-ins at school or like over like laptop stuff, it's not personable. You can't go
No.
to like 7 sessions, like you said, isn't enough. And I think you guys, what you're doing with like bringing peer support groups in where young children can come in and actually speak to a person. I think that's a nice touch of what you're doing.
It
And
makes a massive difference. Like obviously, I've come to a few of the sessions and I've had the phone calls, and okay, it was fine, like talking to someone, but like I said, it's not the same as when you go and like you do meet other people that are going through, similar things, struggling as well, and like it kind of gives you that reassurance that like you're not alone, and like your organization are there to listen. And obviously there was some things that like I didn't know how much above and beyond you did go for people, and it was lovely to see, and it was like it was really comforting.
yeah, and like when we say like you're fitting of the award, I think at the AGM we had like sometimes Sandra you like 12-hour shifts like on a voluntary basis. Like that's just
but that's like that's your dedication, and it's a credit to yourself and again Black Country Mental Health, because I think without all the work you do, people wouldn't be able to be like comfortable to come to yourselves or do things that help them. I feel those sessions are very helpful for a lot of the people that come.
I mean, we believe that face to face is the best.
Yes.
I mean, we take quite a few bereavement clients,
Yeah.
and some of them will say, "Can I have a telephone?" And I said, "Well, we would prefer you to come
Yeah.
in." And then get one who, "Well, I can do it in my lunch hour at work." And I said, "No, not bereavement counselling in your lunch hour at work.
No.
You don't know how you're going to be.
That's
and when you start to unpick things, there's lots of other things.
That's it.
And it's definitely face to face. It's important. I mean, I've had one child that I had on Zoom, and it was not what I wanted at all. But because they were in an out of borough school, a special school, they couldn't get back in time, and the parents said, "Would you do it on Zoom?" And I didn't like it at all because I didn't feel we had the right connection.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, and it's not personable, is it? Like you don't have that, can't build that rapport, that relationship to sort of help someone. Like if, for example, if it's like a physical medical appointment and you've got a sore back, stomach, arm, whatever, you will go to a GP and they will assess you based on what they physically see. And I think with mental health, it's still that sort of, oh, we can just talk about it over a phone and get it over and done with, really. Like I said, it's a tick box exercise.
But you don't see one another, do you? That's the thing either. So you don't build up anything. So the majority of children who come, they're nervous coming the first time. Yeah, but then, we're a bit crazy sometimes how we work. I'll say sometimes, I want to hear what your mom says, but really I'm not interested. I'll say I'm interested in you. I'm here for you, because you have to make that connection. It's not about mom and the child have a different viewpoint often, and sometimes it's important that young people have somebody else to speak to.
Like rather than a family friend or outside, because they feel more comfortable just to express properly.
Feel heard, really.
Yeah, definitely.
On that note, I just want to just wrap it up, and I just want to say thank you again, Sandra, for giving us your time. And like you guys have just heard, 12-hour shift. Sandra has given up super valuable time for us. So please make sure that you check out all the information on Black Country Health in our bio below, in the captions below. Sorry, not the bio, the captions. She does social media. So in the captions below, we will put up a link for donations again. Please directly to the Black Country Mental Health website. Don't go to any third party. Directly to Black Country Mental Health. And on that note, thank you for joining us, Sandra, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Yeah, and thank you for all you do.
No problem.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye now.
Bye.